Welcome to the Sheriff's Perspective, where we explore the many important services of the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office. Learn more about sheriff sales, court orders, civil enforcement, and much more on the Sheriff's Perspective with your host, Sheriff Rochelle Bilal.
Hello, and welcome to the Sheriff's Perspective. I am your host, Sheriff Rochelle Bilal. With me today is our Director of Community Engagement, Leroy Fisher. Those of you who know me in Philly know that I am, and I have been for a long time, an advocate for people who need help. Since I was first elected as sheriff for the city and county of Philadelphia in 2020, I have made community engagement an important part of my administration. In addition to protecting the courts, enforcing court orders, and handling sheriff sales, our work to educate the public about our office and the services we provide is very, very important. On our last show, we discussed real estate services, which included how to save your home from going into foreclosure. Often, our first point of contact with the public is at a community event where a person can get a free gun lock or one of our brochures that provides important phone numbers to reach out to our civil enforcement unit. You never know when you or someone you know may need our help. Our deputy sheriffs and community outreach team members are available at numerous community events throughout the city. With that said, let me bring you in Leroy Fisher to talk about our work in the community. Welcome, Leroy.
Hey, Sheriff, thank you. Thank you for having me. First and foremost, I'd like to say thank you for your efforts to engage the community throughout the city. This is a dream job because we're active throughout the city trying to make a difference. And I'm grateful that you have me in this position trying to help.
Well, welcome aboard, Leroy. I'm glad to have you because, you know, you work hard. You'll be mad at me talking about, we got to do another one. Yes, you got to do another one. So, the main purpose of our community outreach basically is to educate the community, one, on what the sheriff's office does, and two, basically bring them information. We know we got to do our job. We know we got to enforce the rules and the court orders that we get. But when it comes down to homeowners, we think that if you are educated on how you can save your home, that you will do so and keep your generational wealth. So we kind of balance everything out. We're not the boogeyman anymore. We got to do our job, but we do have information that can help you. And that's why we out in the community. We also let you know when the sheriff sales are, because that's another one of our main functions. We let you know what our civil enforcement unit does. That's another one of our functions. And we let you know what our warrant unit does. That's another one of our functions. So anytime you want any information about the sheriff's office, we're open book. You can go to phillysheriff.com and get all that information. To make sure that you do, we're going to be playing the commercial. And we are so glad to be here on WURD 900 AM in Philly. We are so glad to be here so that we can let everybody know what we're doing. So enough about me. Let me bring Leroy in, and let's ask Leroy some questions about what is it that he does. Are you ready, Leroy?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's get it.
All right. So tell us, what strategies do you use to get the word out in the community about the important work done by the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office?
Well, one of the greatest things that we have the ability to do is meet people where they are. There are a wealth of organizations that we partner with when they have community meetings throughout the city. And we take advantage of going to these community meetings, sharing resources, sharing free gun locks, and meeting people in the areas where they're comfortable and they have relationships with the public that we serve. So it's just a benefit that we can touch so many parts of the city with churches, RCOs, which are registered community organizations, park friends groups, and a whole host of organizations that host community meetings.
So let me make sure I put that phone number out there in case somebody has some questions. And then at the end, you can tell them how to get in touch with you. Because most of the time they texting me and emailing me. And as many emails as I get, you may want us out there, but if you email me and I don't see it, then you'd be like, oh, the sheriff ain't coming nowhere. So we're going to give you the specific people to get in contact if you want the sheriff's office out in your community serving you, giving out information about the sheriff's office, and basically giving you the brochures that we develop and the brochures of all the information on how you can save your home and keep your generational wealth. So how important are the partnerships with other organizations for community outreach efforts?
Well, the partnerships are essential to our work. Without those who know the community, those who are interacting with the community, we would be nothing. We couldn't get the word out. It's a benefit that community members who need the help go to trusted resources and trusted individuals. We partner with them, and then that opens up the door for them to get the resources that we have.
And I hope the community is listening to that. We definitely need your help. There's no one person that can do everything in this city. It's a huge city. And no one person in any department or organization or office can get the word out and do the work other than making sure that we connect with the community to do so. So the community is very important in our efforts, very important. But let me just say this. If you want us out in your community, don't let us know the day before because our calendar gets booked up. You can't call us Friday and say, I want the sheriff's office out there Saturday. That will not happen. I suggest you let us know at least 30 days in advance as to what you want us to do. Well, how do you want us to help you out in your community or where you want us to set up at? Just give us some time because we get booked up and my deputy sheriffs cannot be everywhere because they still have their job to do. Well, we will do our best to try to get to you. Some other question, Leroy. What does the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office look for when it considers whether to partner with a particular organization or event?
All right. So when we look to partner with organizations, we look for those who have their hands on individuals in the community, those who are benefiting the community with good resources and information, and those who can basically welcome us in to share the great things, some important things like gun locks for families, our food drives that we do throughout the city. We look for those who can reach those that we otherwise might not reach.
So are you telling me that if we're coming out to your community, we're going to be straightforward here? Okay. Don't you expect us to do all the work? That's not what you want the sheriff office to do. We're going to be straightforward because somebody have us coming to the community and we want y'all to do this. We want y'all to put up the tents. We want y'all. No. If this is your event, we're coming to support you. We're not coming there to do the work for you. So I'm assuming you got people that's going to help you set up, help you put your tents up, help you set your tables up, make sure that the resource people that are coming know where they need to go. And if you need help with, having a conversation on how to do that, you probably could reach out to Leroy. He could probably tell you what you need to do to set all your stuff up. And he'll definitely tell you, don't wait till the last minute to do it because these things need to be planned. And some of them need the city administrations to help.
Yes.
You need a stage. What does that entail? So, Leroy, let's talk about a little bit of what does it entail when you're setting up a community event? Or you could tell somebody that's going to call into you or email you how and what they need to look out for when they're trying to do a major community event.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Sheriff. One of the big things that I like to do when we're hosting these major events or even just community meetings is to, one, do a site visit. Understand the dynamics of that particular neighborhood, that particular area, the setup in the room, how many people you're expecting, how many people you're reaching out to, be it social media, putting flyers in homes and contacting the neighbors. It's important that we always consider that the sheriff's office is here for a partnership. We're not going to come in and take over your meeting. We're going to come and assist you in getting the word out about the great services that so many organizations have available for the public.
And so when they and tell them that when they want the sheriff's office, they have to be specific on what it is that they are asking of us. Because if they want me to be there specifically, because I have a really, really heavy schedule, and I really try to make as many events, public events as possible, tell them what they have to do.
I can attest to the fact that the sheriff runs around to so many community meetings, and she leaves me flabbergasted sometimes. How does she make it to so many areas and share resources? You got to give us time. You got to give us ample time to come to your meeting so that we can try to get it on a schedule and fit you in. Please reach out in advance. Or like the sheriff said earlier, our calendar fills up very fast. I take phone calls. We take information on our website where you can register your community event. You can also email me. My email is leroy.m.fisher@phila.gov. Feel free to send your information and I'll try to get it on the schedule.
Okay. So we got a major event coming up, don't we?
Yes, we do. I'm really, really excited. Yeah, the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office is doing Unity and Community. This time we'll be at Nelson Playground on June 22nd, which is next Saturday. It's a beautiful event where we partner with multiple agencies, our friends at Caring for Friends, our brothers at Strawberry Mansion, Share Foods, Share Access, all giving food to the community along with a DJ and entertainment for the public.
So tell the audience what the event is, where it will be held again, and the date and time.
Okay. We'd love for you guys to join us Saturday, June 22nd, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., 2500 North 3rd Street. That's Nelson Playground. It's going to be a blast. Come join us.
Okay. Who are some of our partners for Unity and Community this month? Who are some of our partners?
Wow. There's probably too many to name, but I'll start with a few. Some of our local elected officials. We have Department of Human Services, Department of Public Health, City Council members, Philadelphia Water Department, Philadelphia Police Department, the Fire Department, Amorosos, PICO, Open Arms, SEPTA, Career Link, Department of Records, DBH IDS, Dietz and Watson's, Philadelphia Fight, and a host of others who will be joining us that day.
My organization, specifically, I have to give them a shout out. The Guardian Civic League. The Guardian Civic League is a civic organization that basically started in 1956 by African-American Black officers who was felt being disrespected and treated really bad on the police department. So they formed this in 1956. I became the president of it, I think, in 2007. Wow. And now the president is Crystal Coleman. She's the president of the Guardian Civic League. And they're the ones that, if you're looking at being a deputy sheriff or a police officer, you want to join that organization because they help navigate you through your career to make sure that you are not targeted or treated fairly. In the atmosphere of today, you want to make sure you got some backup. So if you join in the police department or you join in the sheriff department, I prefer you to come to the sheriff department. I'm just being a little biased. I prefer you to come to the sheriff department, but you also can be a member of the Guardian Civic League. And you want to make sure that you reach out to Crystal Coleman because she is the president of that organization. So, has the event in the past few years been an important opportunity to interact with members of the community and provide information?
Oh, without question. And it's a benefit because we do it throughout the city. We're lucky this time to be at Nelson Playground, but we tend to host throughout the city, touching all residents and sharing this vital information that community members need.
Okay. So we're trying to get y'all out there. We're going to be on the 22nd, and we're going to make sure that you are part of our community outreach. We try to do at least 3 major events a year, and we want to make sure that you are there to help out. Okay, looks like we got a caller on the phone. We're going to go to a caller, and we'll finish talking about this event. We got George, CC.
Yes, you do. And how you doing there, Sheriff?
Welcome to the Sheriff's Perspective, George.
You know, you have a very good perspective, because if you time your timing of coming to an incident and you count the police departments, you got better timing, you know. And if I got a choice to call you or I'm going to call the cops, I'm going to call you, because I'm going to get a more response time. You know, it takes them, on a shooting, it takes them 18 minutes. And then shooting, if somebody call you, between the time you call you and who you got to call, it's like a little over 10 minutes. And the reason I say that is because in 3 different incidences, I have seen it and timed it. It's like 18 minutes average for the police to get anywhere, 18 to a half an hour to respond to anything. Call you and that's not really y'all base of things, but your officers handle things just as good or not better than the police. You know, people don't give the sheriffs enough credit. They dog them out, this and that. But they do more than just watch people be evicted, taking you up on a state road. One day you should explain to all the things that the sheriff's office do, you know, like all these warrants and stuff. The only people getting the people off the streets are the sheriff's office and the marshals. I mean, crime is down because the marshals got this big profile thing that they run up on a corner and jump out in these white cars, and all of a sudden they put these things up in your face and ask you, you got any warrants or anything? Now tell us before this facial recognition, tell us, because you're going to have a problem. And if they got a warrant or something, they call the sheriffs, and everything is done professional. I ain't heard one complaint about when sheriffs is lock up somebody up or they got a warrant and go get them. You know, they're not AWs. You know, they act like they treat you like a human being. And you see it all the time. Not to say that the cops do it, because, you know, you got to realize the cops had a good 8-year run of doing nothing. You know, Kenny didn't want them to do nothing, and they didn't do anything. Don't lock nobody up. Don't stop nobody. Hey, let things go as it is. And that's what they did. So now they probably just getting back in the flow of, you know, knowing what their job is, to protect and serve. But the sheriff's been doing it all the time. And, you know, I don't believe in giving credit. I believe your paycheck is credit. So they had to really be doing something good for me to sit up here and, you know, give them credit for doing a good job, because they get dogged out for no reason. And I don't think they should. You keep doing what you're doing, and we'll keep working the way we work.
Thank you very much, George, for giving us a call in. After George, we're going to have to take a break on that note. We're going to go on a high note. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
We invite you to get registered and bid at the upcoming Mortgage Sheriff Sale on Tuesday, July 2nd, held. Please contact the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office at 215-686-3560 or visit our website at phillysheriff.com.
Here on WURD 900 AM. If you want to call in, 215-634-8065. It's the call-in number. And call in. If you got some questions to ask, feel free. But we're going to continue on with my partner here today, which is Leroy Fisher, who is the Director of Community Outreach Engagement from the Sheriff's Office. And I'm telling you, he does a wonderful job. If you see him all across the city, that's what he does. He out there more than me right now that I can see. So let me get back to you, Leroy.
Mhm.
So how can someone listening to this show get more information on upcoming events held by the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office?
Well, in today's world, social media is our friend. We like to share all of our resources and information on our website, on our social media pages. Please feel free to follow us. Go to phillysheriff.com and see all of the great events that we're having. Connect with me. If you ever have a question, if you're not up on social media and things of that nature, feel free to give my office a call. I'm at 215-683-4805. I take your call and I'll meet you where you are. It's no reason that we can't share all the information and the great programs that we have. Reach out to us, follow us, join us. Please come volunteer. Be a part of our Unity community this Saturday, where we engage families, we engage the children, and we share resources they so sorely need.
So what community outreach efforts by the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office have been focused on children and teenagers?
Oh, well, we're blessed that we have Deputy Justice who goes out to the schools and engages with the children to help address the bullying issue.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Deputy Justice, who is Deputy Justice?
Our beautiful mascot.
Is that the mascot they put out there, that we got a mascot that everybody else do? Is that that mascot?
Hey, they can put it out there, but we know the beauty of, and we see how the children light up and respond to Deputy Justice. That Deputy Justice is a means to touch children where they are, have them look forward to one day becoming a sheriff because they see how Deputy Justice treats them and has a good time. The smiles on their faces are amazing when you see them partying and learning from Deputy Justice.
So what we know is we basically came up with Deputy Justice because one of the things we do in the Sheriff's Office under this administration is we look at the data and the research that's being done. And one of the things that we realize is that you want to get to children. You want to really get to young children so that you can show them a different side of what their parents may say about the sheriff's office, or what they may see about the sheriff's office, or what their parents may say about law enforcement, period. And you want them to begin to respond to you and work along with you. And one of the things that we saw, that bullying is rampant. We all were bullied. I was bullied, and when I was in school, and children, when you get bullied, sometimes get so traumatized that it lasts with them their entire life. So the thought of Deputy Justice was to basically bring out in children, we want them to work together. We want them to not bully their classmates. We also want them to know that if there's a gun in the house, or they come across a gun in the house, that they need to take it, that they need not to touch it. Don't touch it. Let an adult know. And that's why one of the things we give out in our sheriff's office is gun locks, because we want adults to know that if you got a gun in the house, you need to lock it up. But going back to justice and reading is fundamental. When justice is reading to the children, justice is having fun with the children, justice tell them about anti-bullying. What else justice does when she out there? She be deputizing people.
She deputizes the kids and makes them smile, and she dances.
Oh, wait a minute.
She can dance. Justice can dance.
Justice can dance?
Justice can dance and make the kids have a ball. The kids love her.
So having a mascot in the sheriff's office as part of our community outreach is to really focus on children. Most adults, we can talk to adults about the different programs in the sheriff's office and what we do. But to get with children, you need to have someone that's relatable, that they can relate to. And they relate to cartoons, they relate to mascots, they really show, and I have a good time with children, especially when we go out to read to the children and Justice shows up and they forget all about me. They run straight to Justice. I start feeling some kind of way. But because people that they have they got a mascot, I like thank the papers for putting it out there because more people know, more people are asking for Justice to come out to interact with their children, and Justice is working hard, getting more work than ever. And so, yes, we do have a mascot, and it's a specific reason why we have one, and we want to relate to children out in the community, and specifically on the things that we think that we can help in that area. That's part of our crime strategy. That's part of what we do as a prevention measure in crime. We don't want children to just pick up guns and accidentally shoot them or themselves. And so Justice is letting them know, if you see this, run and tell an adult. Don't touch it. Let's stop bullying. Help your teacher. Help your classmates. Be a good student and be a good child in your home because your parents need help too. So yes, we got Justice going on in the Sheriff's Office. And you can also, when you're requiring us to come out, ask if you want Justice to come out and work with your children, put that in your paperwork too. Okay, we got some more questions for you, Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
What information is available for community members who are interested in learning more about partnering in the sheriff's cells? More about participating in the sheriff's cells.
Well, how to participate in sheriff cells utilizing bidsforasset.com, which is listed on our website. And it's listed in papers throughout the city. And I'll let the sheriff go in because she can name so many papers that we're listed in talking about the sheriff cell.
We're in a lot of papers.
A lot.
We advertise. The sheriff's office is only obligated to advertise in two papers. One is the legal paper, which is the Legal Intelligenta, which is the only legal paper in the city, and I'm trying to figure out why it's that, and a paper of general circulation. You have to fit a criteria in order to be a paper of general circulation. So we advertise in those two papers. And we felt the need to continue to advertise in community papers because the neighborhood picks up the community papers. So we advertise in the Gay News, El Sol, Scoop, Uptown Standard, the Vietnamese, Northeast Times. Is that, no, we don't advertise in that paper. We advertise in a whole lot of papers. But if you go up on phillysheriff.com, you see all the papers that we advertise our sheriff cells in, and the information is getting out across the city, is getting out across the neighborhoods, and those that want to participate can go on and learn how to bid, or just look at how to begin to start bidding for any of the sheriff cells that come across. But what we do, since our sheriff cells is online, you get more people the opportunity to participate in the sheriff cell. Because those who work 9 to 5 can't come down to in person. So it's all online now. You don't need to go into a building. You can go online to phillysheriff.com. You can find out how you can bid. We had our real estate division on telling you how to go bid. And we're going to be out in your community. If your council person can reach out to us and they want us to come to you and demonstrate how the bidding process is step by step just for you in that area, we can do that. Just have your council person reach out and set that meeting up, and we'll come out and we'll show them step by step, at least my staff will, step by step on how you could bid on sheriff sales online. And you'll go out an educated person and a bidding expert when we get done. So just reach out to your council person. What are the goals of Community Outreach Department over the next 3 years? What's your goals, Leroy?
Well, Sheriff, I hope that we can grow. I'm blessed to have great team members and deputies who go out and share these resources. And we are blessed that we can touch each part of the city, but I'm hoping that we can grow the outreach team so that we can be at all these places at one time. Today we had a beautiful event in the Kensington area, but every weekend we're trying to have an event where we're sharing these resources. So it's never a question that we're here for you, that we'll share these resources and information. And going back to one of the most important things that you have tasked us with is giving out these free gun locks. I would love to expand that and have gun locks available at every event that we go to so that we never have a tragedy of a gun being unattended and a tragedy happening. Kids find Christmas gifts. They'll definitely find the weapons in your home. So it's important that we make sure that we give them out for free.
I said that children find things better than adults do. Because if I can lose something, I send a child to get it. If I send my adult child to get it, she can't find it. But if I send a little child, I thought I put it up here, that child would look around and find that quicker than quick. So children are very curious. You may think you got a real good hiding place. Trust me, that child will find it and your hiding place will be found. So if you got a gun in your house, we're not going to ask you any question. We just want you to lock it up. Lock it up. So no child can find it and do any harm to themselves or anybody else. Lock it up. You got cousins coming over or little kids coming to visit, lock it up. Just lock it up. That's what we're saying. And you know, I'm passionate about that. Lock that gun up.
Yes.
Because you don't want this smoke up in your house. I'm telling you. Lock it up. All right, so we'll get down to what are some of the upcoming, no, let me get back to, here you go. When conducting community outreach efforts, what are some of the frequently asked questions that residents ask about the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office?
Well, it's funny because one of the big things is some people don't know who we are. They don't know the distinction between the police department and the sheriff's office and all of the thing where the police patrol and we enforce the will of the courts along with protecting all of the court buildings and things of that nature, serving warrants, and we do a whole host of things. We're a strong law enforcement agency within the city, but there's a distinct difference between us and the police. And a lot of people have questioned when they see the sheriffs.
And you know, that's why we out there, because they didn't know. Let me tell you, I believe the sheriff's office was the best kept secret in the city.
Yes.
To one extent. It's basically because the sheriffs have a different responsibility here in the city. Though we're the highest ranking law enforcement in the city because we're a city and a county, and we have more duties that we can perform outside Philadelphia than the Philadelphia Police Department. Mm-hmm. But the Philadelphia Police Department is important because they patrol the city, they investigate the crime, and so they're the ones that you will be calling on if there's a situation in your area, in your neighborhood, something happens in an emergency, or you got information on people. You can give. We have a website that prioritizes those that are most wanted, and we had this with our warrant unit. You can go to phillysheriff.com, go on that website, and you can look and see if somebody there that is wanted that may be in your house. And you may want to make a phone call because you don't want this smoke up in your house. You don't want us coming to your home. But being that the police department is so important, and I disagree with George, though, George is okay, especially if he's giving us kudos, but I think the police department is very important. And it's overwhelming with everything that you have. I was a police officer for 27 years. We would go from call to call to call to call. That's a lot. And when you are down in manpower, it's a lot on the officers who do show up to come to work that day. And what you don't want to do is burn those officers out that do show up to come to work because you are short on manpower. Every law enforcement agency across this country is short on manpower. The sheriff's office is short on manpower, and police department is, the DEI, everybody is. The pandemic took a toll on law enforcement in the country. And so that's why everybody is hiring, and we're hiring too. So I'm going to get to that point at the end of this that I want you to know that the sheriff's office will be recruiting starting June the 24th. Let me get back to, I got to keep Leroy going because he's on today. What are some of the upcoming events that the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office is hosting or partnering with?
Well, hey, I'm excited about next Saturday, our Unity and Community, but I know that you're really excited also about our event in August where we'll be doing our 2-day free pop-up clinic. That is blowing my mind to see that we'll be offering a clinic to the public where all of the medical, dental, vision will be free. That is going to be hosted on August 24th and 25th. I'm just excited and hope that we can get people who might not go get the medical or dental or vision help that they need, that they know that they can come somewhere and have this service taken care of. I'm excited and looking forward to this event.
Let me tell you, the pop-up clinic, the community outreach are all good, but that pop-up clinic is coming. We gave one, I think it was a couple of years ago, and it was down at the convention center. And though a lot of people came out, Center City is just too costly to do this. So we're in the neighborhood now, August the 24th and 25th. Now, most people think that when you say free, that you come in there and somebody look at you and they say, here, go to this doctor and pay for it. That's not the case when we say free. When we say free, if you're coming in for dental, that means you get free x-rays, free exam, you could get free cleaning, you could get free filling, you could get free extraction, you get all of that. And you don't have to show any medical insurance whatsoever. Like I keep saying to everybody, you could come in and say your name is SpongeBob, and all they're going to do is say, what do we need to help you with? We say free. This is the time. And for vision, now y'all know y'all been walking around here for a long time, squinching your eyes, not going to get your eyes examined, squinching your eyes for vision. When we say free, you come there, you get your eyes examined, you get to pick your frame, and we give you the lenses, and you can walk away with your eyeglasses for free. Yes, absolutely free. Now, if you got bifocals or something, you might have to get yours mailed to you, but you still gonna get your exam, you still gonna pick your frames, and we still gonna take care of you. So we're gonna be right back. We're gonna take another commercial break, and we're gonna come right back and finish off with Leroy Fisher, Director of Community Engagement.
Get registered and bid at the upcoming tax sheriff sale on Tuesday, July 9th, held online at bidforassets.com/Philadelphia. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office at 215-686-3560.
You're listening to WURD Radio.
96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD. Progressive Black Talk Media, bringing joy and power to the people for 20 years.
Welcome back to the Sheriff Perspective. You're listening to the Sheriff Perspective. I'm your host, Sheriff Rochelle Bilal. I am so happy to be here with you on WURD 900 AM to basically talk about the Sheriff's Perspective and what our office does. Give us a call, 215-634-8065. 215-630-8065. We are here on WURD every third Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. Just to inform you. Now, we brought to you our warrant department to let you know what they were doing. We brought our real estate department to let you know what they were doing. We brought our civil unit to let you know what they were doing. And today, we're bringing you our Director of Community Engagement, Leroy Fisher. And he's been telling everyone what we're doing in the community, how to get in touch with us if you want us in your community. And he also told you why we are in the community and how we are targeted when it comes down to community events and how we are engaging young people with our mascot by the name of Justice. And so welcome back, Leroy.
Yes, ma'am.
We know we are excited about that pop-up clinic. That's just like it. You got to be there. We're going to be out in the community. You're going to hear more information about the pop-up clinic. You're going to hear more information on how and where to get to. But tell them where the pop-up clinic is going to be. Most people may know.
And we're, like I said, working throughout the city. We're going to be at 1840 Torresdale Avenue, Mariana Brachetti Academy Charter School. And we're going to be there from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. One of the great things that I see on the flyer and when I'm excited about, it says no ID, no insurance, no problem. There's no reason if you have a medical concern or issue or you haven't been to the doctor in a long time, you should be here. Please spread the word. Tell your neighbors. Bring your neighbors, but get the word out. If you need the flyers, I'll bring them to you. We really want this pop-up clinic to be a raging success throughout the city, and we want you to come from all over the city to 1840 Torresdale Avenue, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., August 24th and 25th. Please join us.
Let me say this. No health, no wealth. That means if you don't have good health, you are miserable. Come get yourself checked out. It's best that you find out if nothing's going on than to not find out when something's going on. You need to come out and get yourself checked out. And don't forget, we're the 22nd of June. We got unity and community. We got entertainment. We got DJ. We got food giveaway. We got hot dogs, sausage, hamburgers. We got face painting. We got bouncing ball. We got everything going on. And just for the people to know, that's my neighborhood. I played in Nelson's Playground. I grew up down there, North Philly, raised and born. So you got to come out. And I'm going down there to see, because I still got family that lives in North Philly. And they ain't going nowhere because they like this city. Just like I ain't going nowhere because I like my city. Yes. Regardless of what anybody say or do, I am here to stay, and I will be working with all kinds of communities across this city. If you want us to come out, make sure that. So unity.
And our partners are going to be there sharing all the great resources and information that the public needs. And I'd like to say personally, thank you, Sheriff, for always putting on these events and touching each part of the city throughout by hosting these unity and community and hosting these pop-up clinics. I've worked in different departments throughout the city, and I can honestly say I love the fact that you allow us to put on these type of events and engage the public where they are.
If there's a resource table or person wants to come and, give information out to the community they think is vital, who do they contact?
Well, they can contact myself, Leroy Fisher, or they can contact my Assistant Director of Community Outreach, Mr. Darryl.Roberts at phila.gov. He does a great job of putting these events together and engaging the public. We want the resources for the public. We need to share information and meet people where they are. Reach out to us and join us.
So now you can't say you didn't get the information. We are giving you that information, and we're just glad to partner with WURD to be able to talk to the community about what the sheriff's office does. It's very important that you learn, because most people don't know, and it's been my obligation to inform you of what the sheriff's office does. So therefore, anybody with misinformation, you would know the truth, because we don't have a reason to lie. We're not faking the game. We give it straight to you, the truth, and those who want to twist it, that's what they attempt to do. They mad. That's okay. People get angry, get mad because they don't get their way, or they don't have their hands in the pockets of the sheriff's office anymore. We're trying to change what was going on before to a better, more efficient sheriff's office. We're updating our equipment. The people that we are hiring are good in the areas in which that they work specifically. We've changed the real estate department 365. It's online sales now. There's no hanky-panky, because the system we have in place is like, if you touch it, it gets your DNA. They'll tell you who, when, what, where, and why. So that manipulation can't happen anymore, not under this system. We have our community outreach. We have our constituent services unit. And that's going to be the next person y'all are going to be talking to at the next time we come on. See, our constituent service is very important, because if you go through, I call it the trauma of foreclosure, or your property's up for sales for tax lien, you're upset. But we want you to call a constituent services unit, because they're mandated to get all the programs, local, state, and federal, on how they can help you, or how you can save your home or your property or your generational wealth. And they will stay on the phone until they connect somebody that can help you. And so we balance this out in the sheriff's office. It's no longer the boogeyman. We are community oriented, but we are steadfast in doing our job, and doing our job humanely and doing it right. So our website, phillysheriff.com, we are an open book. When you see something that they're trying to say about us, we respond to them on our website in its entirety. Because responding to them personally, they only give you like bullet points or just a snippet of what you're saying. We put it all on our website, a total response of what it is that we're doing, and making sure that you get it all, not just a part of it. Some people got unlimited ink. We got unlimited ink on our website. So that's how we respond. So we want to make sure you stay connected to the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office. Just go to phillysheriff.com. phillysheriff.com. All right, Leroy, you want to finish up anything else you want to say?
Hey, well, look, join us. Be there June 22nd. I want to see you guys from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Nelson Playground. And we will have all the resources that we spoke of today. If you want us to come out to your community, your events, reach out in advance. Share your information. You can go on our website and plug it in, asking us to come, and I'll run it back to the sheriff and ask, can we be there? Hopefully she'll let me, because I try to jam the board up with a lot of events every month. Come out and let us be a part of your community. Let us share the resources and information that is so helpful to the community.
Thank you, Leroy, for coming on to the Sheriff's Perspective. We do appreciate the work that you're doing. I know I work y'all pretty hard out there, but I want to give out some more shout outs to those that are partners on the 22nd. We got Open Arms, SEPTA, Dietz and Watson, Share. We have Brotherhood of Strawberry Mansion. We have Fight. The Guardian Civic League will be out there. They're supporting our unity and community. Department of Records, Career Link, and many, many more. I think he said Caring for Friends.
Oh,
Yep, many, many more. We have a lot of partners, but you know who our main partner has been with us since I came into the sheriff's office? Our main partners that reached out to me and said, we want to help you, whatever it is that you need for us to help you with. Friend and a loyal partner to the sheriff's office. Now we have others that are partnering with us, and that's DC 33, Sam Staten, Ryan Boyer. We have all of that. And what's happening next month? What are we doing next month in July, boy?
Oh, in July 17th, we're going to have another food giveaway, and I believe we're going to be in South Philly this time. So we cover all parts of the city when we do food giveaways every month and serve the public. We're engaging close to 400 to 500 people with giving out food. No questions asked. You come up, you drive up, we'll put the food in your car, you walk up, we'll hand you your bags of food, fresh produce. We're looking forward to that on July 17th.
Okay, so we do the food giveaway once a month, and we have another unity and community coming up, but we're going to tell you that later. But right now, we want to thank WURD for having us. We are your host. We have everything that you need to know about the sheriff's office. We on phillysheriff.com. You can get all this information that we just gave you, and you can be a partner with us. Thank you, Leroy, for coming on. Thank WURD. Thank our communications person, TML, that makes sure that we are out there all the time. Sharon Powell, our public information officer, and all the deputy sheriffs and all our civilian employees at the sheriff's office who are working hard for you. Thank you so much. And we will see you next month for the Sheriff Perspective. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Sheriff's Perspective, where we explore the many important services of the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office. Learn more about sheriff sales, court orders, civil enforcement, and much more on the Sheriff's Perspective with your host, Sheriff Rochelle Bilal.